Tonight on It's Bravo, bitch, Vicki Gunvalson gets engaged. Finally, her love tank is filled. And 50 Cent is feuding with Lala Kent on Vanderpump Rules. You a hoe. No, I ain't a hoe. You a hoe. Tune in.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, it is Sunday. Welcome to It's Bravo, bitch. I am your host, Hollywood Leon, and I'm here with my guys.
Hey guys, it's Grant's Rants.
Hi, Zach Peter.
We have a lot to talk about tonight. Make sure to tune in all the way to the end. We have some Real Housewives of Atlanta cast updates. We have some juicy breakdowns. We have some Real Housewives of Orange County love stories that finally came true. Some fairy tales are coming true, and our nightmares are ending. It's just going to be us tonight. Welcome to It's Bravo, bitch. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
It's good to see you guys.
Back on the panel.
How was your day today?
Lovely.
The usual, a lot of work. But
Yeah?
here we are. Yes.
Well, we have a lot to
good.
talk about. Let's jump in just because Twitter is going crazy and we have receipts for you guys. We're not just going to talk about it. We're going to show you. It all starts with an Instagram video posted by 50 Cent calling out Lala. It says 10 seconds before the fourth quarter, football talk, hoes are winning. Do you just want a Range Rover? Yes, bitch, yes. Then run out and suck a dick. LOL, shaking my head. See, this is where the problem is. He posted a video of Lala on Vanderpump Rules. If you can't see us and you can only hear us, if you're listening to us on iTunes, give us 5 stars right now. But here it is. It started with an Instagram video of Lala telling Stassi on Vanderpump Rules, you know, I got with Randall and the next day I got a Range Rover out of it. I let him hit it and I got a car the next day out of it. So he's posting, he's a sucker. What do we think about this?
You know, you say things like that. You know, the next day I blew him and then I got a car. What do you think you're going to get?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
my thing. Is she was so upset and offended that he was calling her out and saying she's a gold digger or saying that she's a hoe, and she made it look like, oh, this was a private conversation that I was having with my friend. But it's like, no, you were having this conversation on national television where you said that you got a role in this film with this executive producer that wanted to sleep with you, and oopsie whoopsie, you happened to fall into his bed that night, and then you got a role in a Range Rover the next day. Sorry, cue Kanye West gold digger.
Yeah, and you know what? We have...
But own it. If you're a hoe, own your hoe.
But the thing about
Lean
it...
owns it.
Exactly. I am a reformed hoe. That means that I have been all around the world and now I've settled down. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk. See, here's the thing though. It's like if you're going to call people out and call people hoes and stuff, you need to be not involved in the actual business. He has business with Randall and has been in Randall's films that Randall has produced. So people in the comments were like, well, you're calling Lala a hoe, which is kind of funny. But at the same time, isn't Randall the producer? So let's pull up the next little piece of evidence here where people are asking him, aren't you the producer? And he's like, yeah, man, that's my man, but he's a sucker. And then someone else put, yeah, isn't Randall the producer? And he's like, yeah, but he's still a sucker. So calling him a sucker is making Lala boil up. So she responds. We can move on to the next one. Lala goes, you know what? I am so freaking over you, and I can't even with you. 50 Cent, wow, I'm disgusted. We've sat up at dinner solo with you. You showing me mad love while begging Rand to put you in one of your new talentless bitches in a film. And this is how you come for me on the gram? Ooh, the shots were fired, making people erupt. What do we think about this? Lala responding, saying, you know what? Why are you talking about me jumping in a film when all you do is beg for your talentless girls to come onto the film? You're always trying to get your bitches on the film. Why are you calling me out? What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I think, hoes are a dime a dozen, and Lala just has to, own it. At some point,
own it.
If you're a zebra, you have stripes.
I do kind of agree. She's just got to own it. I mean, to have all this play out on Instagram is really an embarrassment for both. I mean, we know 50 is petty. He loves to play
so
petty on
petty.
Instagram.
All she has to be yeah, and I'm driving my Range Rover, and I got my man on my PJ right now. We're good.
I will say 50 got a follow from me after all this.
You did?
I did, because I went through and I saw the post of him just clowning Ja Rule, which is he's the biggest joke. I mean, to me, 50 really is successful. I mean, he's got 2 successful shows, both of which, as you mentioned, Rand is producing. So, you know, he's in the driver's seat. I mean, it's a shame because it's like looks like the end of their business relationship. But to end these 2 grown men, someone who's been shot multiple times, is ending a business relationship on Instagram, what are you doing?
But here's the thing. If the business relationship was worth it, he wouldn't have done that.
I guess.
Well, here's the tea. It doesn't end there. If you're watching, I see you in the live chat. Hi, randomly Ronnie. Come to AfterBuzz. We missed you.
Yes. Hello,
Joseph
hello.
Boza, I see you. Sarah, Susan, Dakota. I'm not going to even acknowledge your comment. Erica Pie.
Urka pie.
Urk Pie. Urk Pie.
What's the
Hi,
comment you're not
Argabai.
going to acknowledge? None of us know what that means.
Oh, that's someone is hot. Someone that's not here.
Oh, okay. Well,
We're not speaking of him right now.
you know who is. Lala is. I will say Lala is looking good though, and she just an
She's looking
Instagram
right.
live,
Yeah.
and she looks good in that. What did she? I didn't see the whole Instagram
See,
live.
okay, but I did watch her Instagram live, and what I didn't like is that she was trying to call out 50 Cent, and she's
Through
like,
the Me Too movement.
through Me Too. Yeah, that was her thing. Is she
Right.
tried to make this? She's like, really, this is not cool. Hashtag Me Too. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with Me Too.
Yeah.
This has to do with the fact that your fiance is a sleazy business dude that like has screwed over people like 50 Cent, and 50 Cent posted the receipts on his Instagram
Okay,
account.
speaking of,
pull him up.
Pull him up. We have texts from 50 Cent
he
and
posted.
Randall. Yes, because here at Bravo Bitch, we give you the
Look at
lowdown
how
and we give you the
petty
truth.
this
Pull
is.
it up.
But
Zoom
Look
in,
at how
baby.
petty this is.
Look
Okay.
at Randall's text messages.
So Randall is like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry again. I really am. I'm so sorry, 40. So
Fofty. It
freaking
says Fofty.
Fofty. Like Apple, thank you for your, what's it called?
Fofty.
Spell check or not?
Right.
It's like
Oh yeah, autocorrect.
autocorrect. You
Yeah.
know, we can't say
Fofty.
fucking. We have to say ducking. And
Fofty isn't even a word.
you can't even say 50 because it says Fofty. So it says, I'm really sorry, Fofty. I'm heading to the emergency room. I'm not doing well. Please don't text me anymore. I'm sorry for everything, T. This is too much for me. I'm so hurt and not feeling well. Now my ex is fucking with me after your post. It's very bad for me on all levels going on. Making sure I'm not sure I'm having a heart attack. Please, Fofty, no more. So then 50 responds. Can we zoom in a little bit? I'm just so blind.
Yeah.
So 50 says, and get ready for the words, y'all. Get the fuck out of here, Randall. You told your girl to say that bullshit because when we had dinner, it was about Eve directing. You fucking loser. Did you tell her you owed me $1 million over 6 years? Keep playing with me and get your fucking head cracked in front of everybody. So the shots are fired. Basically, 50 is saying, like, this whole thing has been concocted by your girlfriend. She's been talking to the press, not just going on the gram like I did. She's been actually talking to TMZ, talking to Page Six, and I don't appreciate that. And I don't appreciate you texting me all this crap, and now you're, like, pretending you go to the hospital because you owe me $1 million. What is up with that?
These are 2 grown men of a certain age. This is
love
so
this.
stupid.
We have more receipts. Keep pulling it up. All right, so zoom in so I could read it. It says, she is my fiance. I asked you to be in my wedding last week. I'm sorry. So then 50 Cent responds, fuck that. I told you I wasn't fucking with you. What the fuck would you want me in your wedding for? Like, I ain't got shit else to do. Get the fuck out of here. You took my kindness for weakness. Now I'm gonna show you what I've been trying not to do to you dumb motherfuckers. Which Randall responds to, I'm sorry, Fofty, I apologize.
What
So
is this
obviously
over? Is it
this-
just over money that he?
Well, you know, it always is about money somehow. And money does make the world go around, and money does cause a lot of problems in friendships, relationships. It is a big issue. So sometimes...
And this isn't a $20 Venmo for drinks last weekend. This is a $1 million paycheck over several years. That
And
he's
Randall
calling him
is a
out for.
producer, which means, you guys, by all means, Hollywood producer, the definition is, even though he's rich and he has a PJ, that doesn't mean he invests his own money in stuff.
Somebody that's flying a private jet all the time and flashing it on a reality show on Bravo, I'm sorry, they're screwing somebody over to get that rented private jet.
Well, I was going to say producers are known for asking people for money for films, not investing their own money.
No, they don't invest their own
yeah,
money.
but they still borrow money from people. That's what I'm thinking Curtis, a.k.a. 50 Cent, did. This is maybe where it's stemming from. Maybe Randall borrowed money for some films, and in return, 50 was like, put some of my girls in.
Because there are two types of producers. There are producers that produce under their own name, and that's when they're investing their own money. And then there are ones that produce under a company. And usually when there's a company that's producing a film
Exactly.
or a television show, they get other investors, other people to put money into that film, and they're kind of the conduit between the money and the actual production crew that is executing the project. And Randall looks like he's the conduit between the two.
Well, 50 Cent is not stopping there, posting memes, money by Monday, Randall. Like, he's posting all the receipts. This is
A
some
very
petty shit right
unflattering
here.
photo, too.
That
I
is
wonder
funny.
what their agents must think of this.
Oh
Because
my
there are a
God.
lot
But
of
that's a
people
photo
involved in these
Randall
decisions.
took. That's a selfie where he's like,
Flossing.
Yeah, that's like legit. Like,
Look at me, I'm with 50 Cent,
That's what,
y'all.
you would
Yeah,
get,
yeah.
that's what somebody would post down Hollywood Boulevard when they see like Spider-Man behind them and they're like taking a selfie with like a celebrity in the background. Like,
Yeah.
Ronnie
it doesn't
says
look good.
Lala is
No.
totally in on all of this. It's too close to her actual brand. I call bullshit. It's all for press.
I mean, maybe.
Well, Lala responds with an Instagram video that we're not going to play,
yeah.
but it's just basically saying what Zach said. She brings up like the Me Too movement and everything. So 50 Cent
yeah.
screenshots that, posted on Instagram, and he says, "Oh," because he's responding to the Me Too movement. He's
Well,
like,
she said-
Range
she
Rover,
said that
really?
he brought this, him bringing this up and calling her a hoe and a gold digger is him diminishing the Me Too movement. But the Me Too movement is about men that take advantage of women. Where in this
Exactly,
case,
men of
she's
power.
taking advantage of a man in power and like collecting.
What do we
those
call that?
paychecks. I mean, I don't know.
So
Him
50
too?
Cent responds and posts a video of her, which or picture that got obviously 2,000. Like 2 million
2 million.
views. Anyways, it says, how is the Range Rover? There's no difference between Harvey Weinstein and Randall Emmett. This
Those
is
are
not
fighting
reality.
words. Yeah.
Not reality TV. Or this is reality, not reality TV. Bravo, bitch. Oh, they're shouting out our show. Thank
I
you.
thought that when I read that.
50
yeah.
Cent is shouting out, it's Bravo, bitch. You heard it here first. Thank you very much. This is not reality TV. This is reality. This is Bravo, bitch. I like it. Thank you for our new tagline, 50
Yeah.
Cent.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, this is reality, not reality TV. So someone went petty and changed Randall's Wikipedia page. Let's pull it up. It basically just lists all of his accomplishments, but at the end it says he owes 50 Cent $1 million
AKA Fofty.
by Monday, or else he faked a heart attack to get out of the fair.
Oh,
This is so funny. There is a picture of Randall with medical things all over him, like he's getting tested. So I don't know. Maybe he really isn't feeling well. But
What
this
picture
I
is
heard-
there of Randall?
Do we have it? Do we have it?
I saw that photo. I heard about this photo, and this photo is supposed to be old. It's not
Oh,
supposed to
yeah.
be recent. This is supposed to be
I think
taken
it's on-
from a
it's on
prior
Instagram.
Insta story, apparently. This was ripped from another moment and resurfaced.
Oh my god.
He's having a heart attack. Like, this is what happens when you're shady and people
Where
are coming
are
after you.
these people's publicists? Where are the agents? What is going on? Because we're talking about big money here.
Yeah.
And investments into multiple projects. We're talking about studios
Yeah, that's it.
and production houses.
This is
So
a photo
there's
that
a
they're
lot-
using to.
There's a lot going on here.
He's basically saying, look, I'm like really at the hospital and I really don't feel good. Let me send you a photo of me getting all these tests.
That's so stupid. Like,
So this is the photo you're
petty.
saying is like old?
That's what they're saying. They're saying this is nothing new. I don't
It's
know
an
how
old
true
photo,
that is.
yeah.
I mean, he's chubby, but he's not like super chunky. I think he's probably.
This could have been an old photo.
This whole
He
thing
might be
is so
bigger.
ridiculous. You know, good
mean-
luck. And they've made such a mess out of this.
Ronnie.
I actually love it. I love a good circus. And I'm living for it because it's like 50 Cent has like no shame, like
Yeah,
just
I love it.
blasting them out there. And he wouldn't feel so big and ballsy if like he really had money on the line or like was about to lose a business relationship. Like
Yeah.
I think people see Randall as, I mean, look at when you're a guy that's out there constantly trying to get more followers, taking selfies with celebrities and like, you know, asking Khloe Kardashian to, you know, give like tweet outs that people can follow you on Instagram.
Seriously?
Like, Yes.
Oh my God, he's
it was
thirsty.
Like it was his birthday, or it was an event, and she's like, "What do you want?" He's like, "All I want is more followers. If you can post and tell people to follow me." And she actually like wrote that in her caption, and like, "Go follow him, please."
Wow.
So like when you're that
sad.
thirsty and desperate, like obviously like it reeks and it smells, and people like 50 Cent are tired of hearing it, and they're gonna put you on blast.
And I'm tired of smelling it. So we're going to move on. That is it for Vanderpump Rules. Let's move on to the love story, the fairy tale. Our love tanks need to be filled. I heard Grant filled up some love tanks last night. So, Grant,
sure.
why don't you tell us about it?
Real Housewives of Orange County. That's what's happening here. There is a divorce and an engagement. We'll start with the engagement. A very low-key proposal from Steve Lodge at the one and only, the OG Vicky's house.
Oh, nice ring there.
There they are. Apparently, it happened when he was cooking dinner for her. She came home from work at Kodo, which I love.
Okay.
And he proposed to her right then, very low key. A couple articles I read said that it was a kind of a big ask because he had to go and talk with all 6 kids between the 2 of them to get the final sign off and approval. But super low key. I wonder if she enjoyed that or not. I don't know how Vicki wants to be proposed to. I mean, she's been engaged at least twice from her previous husbands.
I know.
So
I don't know how I feel about Steve Lodge because he plays the whole I don't want to be on TV and not a TV guy thing. But here you are proposing to a reality TV star, taking on that life. You're going to be on the show now for like however long you guys are on, and you're okay with that. So to me, someone that's like, please don't put the camera on me. And then you're like, I don't get that.
I feel like this is such like a beautiful love story of like being like you can find love at any age and with enough face changes you'll find the right man.
Yep. Yeah, well, this is their 3rd marriage each.
Oh.
So he and other articles have said he had really ugly divorces.
You can find love in Orange County.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, really though, I was saying this on my podcast. Why, at this point, why get married, especially when you're a businesswoman like Vicki? Don't you want to protect your assets? What's the advantage? I know, like,
Prenup.
she wants...
She's good at protecting her assets, though. She knows she's going to do a prenup.
But I know she wants, like, that, like, safety and security of being married. I know she really respects marriage and wants to be married. But, like, if you're not going to have kids with the man, why bother? I don't know. I think when you reach a certain age, what's the point of being all legally entangled with someone? She already moved the man in her house, like, whatever.
Well, some people always need a man, and that's Vicki, definitely. Vicki always needs a man, and she always needs to be in a relationship. But to speak on what you're bringing up, I think maybe she needs the validation, or she needs that lock.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to go anywhere. You're my husband kind of thing. Like, I know...
security.
It might not stem from the same thing, but I know people that are adopted, and they're always trying to, like, get
Find a
married
daddy.
and, like, trying always to, like, lock it down. And I feel like it stems from abandonment issues. Like... People have always left me, so like when I find someone, I want to make it like official, like you're my family, like you know what I mean. It's not just with like spouses, but I've seen it happen with kids and stuff. So I don't know. There has to be something that it stems from. But Vicki definitely is someone that always needs a man. But we are happy for her. So mazel to Vicki Gunvalson.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that really turned me off with Steve is his love for guns. That's never a turn on for me. Like
that's Orange County for you.
That's the complete opposite of like anything that I would be interested in. Let's start briefly talk. When I mentioned Shannon Bedore, she finalized her divorce this week from David, an inevitable divorce.
Oh, finally
has played itself out. She celebrated at the Quiet Woman with Gina Kirschenbacher or Gina K.
Yeah,
new Gina.
Gina K.
New Gina?
Yeah, new Gina. And so like they posted a nice photo, which we don't have, but it was a very smiley, happy photo. What's her face? Shannon did say she went through kind of a tough day over it all, but I would say like, why? It's finally behind you. But it's interesting to see how close she's gotten with Gina.
Well, yeah.
So we'll have to see this play out in the new season.
That makes a show well. Like when you have people on a show that aren't speaking because they've been friends for too long and they're feuding, that doesn't always make a show fantastic because they're not speaking to each other. Yeah. That also, the same thing applies with new cast members. Like, everyone know that Orange County is specifically infamous for not being so welcoming to the new girls. So it's good to see that Gina's finally in there, at least with Shannon, because she's like one of the toughest ones to get along with. So if she's in with Shannon, this might be a good season for Orange County. Make sure to tune in. We have lots of inside sources. So you never know. I might even pop up on one of the episodes. You never know.
Well, the settlement is private between the two, so I'm curious to know, like, if she did well, like what she's getting out of it and all of that. But
when you can't talk about it, that usually means it's a good amount.
Settlement. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're like, you know what, if I'm going to give you this, I don't want you to say a damn word about it. And you're like, you giving me all this money? I ain't going to say shit.
Keep my mouth quiet. I will respect those terms.
Yeah, David.
I don't need to talk to page 6.
If you don't want us talking about you, David Bador, you better give me some money. Because right now I'm Team Shannon, and I hope she got a lot of money out of it.
I'm ready for this storyline to end. It's
Thank
like the
you.
Joe Giudice thing last week.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we heard about it. It's been in the press. It's on reality TV every other week. There's a little development and a little development. What's next? What's happening in Shannon's life post-divorce? Because we've only known her in this kind of divorce, marriage-ending storyline. So what's
Always
next?
crying victim. Like, I want her to be happy, like genuinely happy, and I want her to like get some, because that would like liven her up, and she'd be like, I'm dating this young man, and Stella's got her groove back. Like, I really want her to find like that rhythm. That would be fantastic to see. Kelly too. Kelly needs a little young D as well.
I feel like Shannon needs a minute though before she like gets going again, because she's been going through hell. I think she needs like just to like realign herself and get her own house,
Get her chakras
get
back
a
in order.
therapist, yes, and then like just I mean she literally just got divorced this week, so give it a minute.
She needs to pull a Brandy Glanville, get a vaginal rejuvenation,
Thank
go
you.
screw a few 20-year-old
Thank you.
boys in Vegas, and like live her life.
Thank you. That's what I'm
have a few
saying.
drunk nights, and then then when she's ready to settle down, she can
Exactly. Like, go out and have a
Go
good
on
time.
Christian
See what
Mingle.
else is out there. Zach, let's move on to your segment. I hear you're covering some gossip from the hills of Beverly.
I love Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Grant's favorite. So obviously Teddy has been a hot fixture this season,
They've tried to make her a hot fixture this season.
I mean, but she, despite being a fixture on the show, she's like constantly on Twitter, constantly on Instagram, throwing lots of shade in her blogs. So now her and Camille have some beef. And so if you remember a couple weeks ago, Camille threw a little shade at Vanderpump, saying that she needed some new dentures, that her gums were showing, and that, she had really bad breath, and like said a lot of like really shady comments on the actual show. And then she later, once the show actually aired, she tweeted and she's like, no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I was caught up in the moment with these mean hashtag Real Housewives of Beverly Hills mean girls. I was trying to gain their validation. And so that's what caused me to speak negatively about Vanderpump. And so now Teddy, and so since then Camille has not spoken highly about Teddy, and she's very team LVP, solely with Vanderpump. And so now Teddy has spoken out. And she responded saying, yep, I know that I have a big mouth. Thanks, Camille. I also know that Camille would rather open hers to talk badly behind people's back than quickly turn around and talk nicely to their face, referencing what she said about Vanderpump on the show and how she's backtracked her comments. She said, I know that I inserted myself into the Dorit Kyle conversation, but I think that my instincts about what was happening were validated by the PK and Ken phone call that we saw this week on the show. She said, if I truly knew it all, because Camille called her a know-it-all, she said, if I truly knew it all, I would have known how Camille actually felt about me and not wasted my time actually going to her wedding.
Oh, God. First of all, know-it-all. Ooh, that's like a big one. Being called a know-it-all in the Housewives franchise is not that freaking bad. And I feel like Camille has really been trying to insert herself in little angles everywhere to see what's going to like... It's like planting seeds to see what tree's going to grow the fastest.
The thing is, Camille is also, the entire season, after each episode, Camille goes on Twitter and she tweets things about the girls in defense of LVP, but yet we see all of the scenes that she taped last summer and last fall where she doesn't like LVP and she's not speaking nicely of her, and this is all behind her back, but now it's convenient that she is now backpedaling on everything that she did and said.
And she went to the Vanderpump Vegas garden party before the dentures comments came out. So it's very interesting because I heard she was at the party going, I said something not so nice about Lisa, and it's going to
This
come out.
is so boring. I'm sorry. I'm not at all interested. I hate to say it. Like, I've always been bored by Teddy. I never thought she had a decent
She's
place
very
on the
boring.
show. I have no idea why they picked her for a second season.
but
and
you can't
they
call her
put,
bo-
They put
Teddy-
her in every scene of this season. She's involved in every event.
But the thing is, Grant, Teddy is vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
You know, you have to set your expectations low. Know that you're not going to get a nut in there.
Oh,
know that you're not going to
She's
get a
really trying,
marshmallow.
When it comes to the
She's
Real
really
Housewives
trying.
of Beverly Hills, after years of being pushed in that direction, my expectations are dirt low. Believe me.
But we have to give
This
her
show
some.
is unwatchable.
We have to give her some props because she really is the one that kind of caused this rock.
Yeah.
That caused basically like a huge thunderstorm.
You
I
have
know
to-
I'm missing out.
You have to appreciate vanilla ice cream for what it is.
Yeah.
You know that it's not going to be very flavorful. You know that sometimes they might spice things up and make it vanilla bean ice cream. And that's what she's doing this season is she's, added a little flair to it. But for the
This
most part,
show
like,
is
she is what she is.
unwatchable. I can't with it anymore.
I
I
like
know
it.
people are enjoying it. I feel like in a way I'm missing something, but I have no motivation to watch it anymore.
If anything, you have to see it for Dorit and her gangster
love
rap
Dorit.
outfit.
Well, I do
I
like
love
that. I'll watch some clips on YouTube. I'm there on the Twitter, but like I just can't sit through the full episodes anymore. I'm not gonna fake it. I'm really not interested.
You and Lisa Vanderpump have something in common. You both haven't been
Oh,
watching the
no.
show this
Oh,
season.
no.
Because I heard her say that she has not been watching the show. It's been too painful for me. It happened in season 2.
She got called on her BS.
and
Like,
it
there-
happened in
I
season
know.
6 again.
But the thing is, season 2, season 4, season 6,
Yeah.
and now season 8, they've all said the same.
Exactly.
It's just been a
Yes.
different cast
And they're
member that
literally
is
flashing
spearheaded.
back
Exactly.
and showing those moments.
She should
Yeah.
just own it. Own it. Own it. Let's get into some Real Housewives of Atlanta because, like Grant
anywhere
said,
else.
we have done this rodeo before, especially with Lisa Vanderpump. Let's get into news and
Lisa
gossip.
Vandertrump, as Rena called her. Lisa Vandertrump.
I've had it with that show.
Yes, for news and gossip, we are going to cover Real Housewives of Atlanta. We have some cast updates for you guys. Here is where it gets really, really good, you guys. Kenya Moore is officially back. I know randomly Ronnie is going to be very excited about
Amen.
this.
I'm excited about
She
this.
is back for the new season. Kenya Moore is back. But there's a lot of things that come with this, a lot of rules. Basically, Kenya is going to get lowballed with her salary. She was making about 1.5 last time. She is not going to be making that this time. It's going to be cut by at least 75%. Her status is up in the air until filming is over, and they see what she delivers, mostly because she's known for kind of embellishing her storylines and kind of making forced stuff happen, like i.e. relationships, Walter. So Kenya's going to be offered a daily rate that is going to be much lower than she will want, but she is going to take it. Meanwhile, no one wants Kenya back. This is the insider. But Bravo has not announced the plans for Real Housewives of Season 12. Going with that, in related news, Shamari DeVoe has been demoted. She does not get a peach next season, and she will be a friend of the show. Who are we going to replace Shamari with? Marlo will be getting a peach next season.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We have another insider confirming that Marlo has been expected to, let's see. Bravo had been reluctant to offer Marlo a full-time position, but she was caught on camera after she was caught on camera making homophobic comments towards another cast member. Marlo has since apologized for her comments, worked hard to change her personal biases. Marlo is expected to accept the offer from Bravo, which comes with a substantial pay raise. Marlo's personal life will become more of a focus of the show. Who she dates, how she makes her money. It will all be an open book for next season. And she's brought a lot to the show this season, definitely shaking everything up. And even like the whole Nene gay closet thing, even though Nene hasn't really acknowledged this, she kind of like barely acknowledged it, but she didn't really dive into it. She was kind of instigating everyone to go into the closet in the first place. She was the one telling people, go ahead, try something out. Stop being like that. Let people go in your closet. Pick something out for everybody. You know what I mean? Which caused this huge fight. And like Marlo and Nene are closer than ever. So Marlo is smart. She's playing her cards right. Not only did she ruffle everybody's feathers, but she got a peach out of it and a pay raise. What do we think about this?
Okay, here's what I think. This is all to keep Nene happy in a way. I hate when they hold the show hostage. I've said this about LVP for years. These OGs, they hold the show hostage.
Yep.
Nene is not worth the money. Her storylines are garbage. But I mean, they're just not that great. You know what I mean? Like, she's unhappy. She clearly doesn't want to be bothered doing the show. But so by them bringing on Kenya, that's going to piss her off. But they can offset it by bringing on an ally for her, since now she doesn't have an ally in Cynthia for whatever that was worth. So now they can kind of play ball. This Kenya thing, though, I don't like it when they do this with the money, because now, if in a way, it's going to work against them. Because if she has to prove herself as a former housewife, which is an insult in and of itself, then she's going to be self-producing, and it's going to be all more fakery that we're going to have to sit through, and it's not going to be authentic. And that's what I don't connect with, and that's what I felt kind of the last season.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of hers because she knows good TV, but
I think it's
what
just
are we gonna get?
The hesitation is there because
Is her
Mark
husband gonna
Daly.
show?
Yeah, Mark Daly has to film.
Yeah.
That is part of the agreement. That's probably why they're not going to give her the money until the very end. They want to see what she delivers. Are you going to give us the husband scenes? Are you going to let us in? Are we going to fall in love with you again? These are all things that Bravo is really hesitant on.
Bring back Kim Zolciak.
All they have to do, please. All they have to do is have Kenya actually tune into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills just to see how they interweave Harry Hamlin. He's on 2 times a season.
Yeah.
He has a small scene here. He's standing at a dinner party in the background there. Just follow that. Follow that model with your husband. So he makes 2 appearances.
Your scenes with Mark could just be you guys at home in the kitchen and him telling you, "Oh, baby, you got this. Don't be crazy about this dinner. You got this." Let them know how you're feeling. Be honest about it without getting in the drama. You can have all your scenes in the kitchen or in the bedroom, waking up. That's enough to satisfy production. You don't have to go to the parties. You don't have to get involved in the drama. You have the ability to play out your own narrative on the show, especially when you're an OG like this. We've seen it happen multiple times on multiple franchises for bad reasons as well. And I think Grant is really onto something. I do think that this is all to keep Nene happy. She is back for next season. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts on it. I've been getting lots of comments about it. Make sure to keep commenting and keep watching us. We have a lot to offer. We have a lot of shows coming out in the summertime. It's going to be good. Make sure to keep up with me on my Instagram. I'm Hollywood Leon, and I'm here with my boys.
You guys can find me on my podcast, Grant's Friends Hollywood Talk. When I started this show, I told Leon, I'm going to help you launch it. I believe in the show. I'm behind it. My time here is wrapping up. So this will be my last episode for now, and you guys can find me talking all about the same stuff pretty much and more on Grant's Friends Hollywood Talk podcast. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Grant.
Thanks, Grant. I'm Zach Peter. You can follow me at Just Plain Zach all over the internet, and the links to my podcast are also in my Instagram bio, so go check those out.
I see your followers going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because I know how to do a job and show up when I'm told.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's not a dig at me, and believe me,
That's not a dig at Grant.
Believe me, you.
It's not a dig at Grant because he's here.
Grant is here.
I'm Hollywood Leon. We'll see you next week. Bye, AfterBuzzers.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.